What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abby, and I heartily welcome you to the Caribbean and to my container garden here in Trinidad and Tobago. Been a couple of days where I've been MIA and had a lot going on at that time. One of the things that really took a lot of my time was trying to keep the birds alive because it's been so hot, ridiculously hot. Hmm, I lost another one, but at least I still have some. I must say though, having meat birds definitely is not a lazy thing. My initial thought was that, having these meat birds, oh, I'll have them for about 6, 7 weeks and that's it. No, it's a lot of work in that 6, 7 weeks. So I've learned a lot this first time. What I'm doing today, guys, is I'm quickly going to be sowing some seeds. I'm actually hearing this a fire started in the mountain. I'm actually hearing the roaring of the flames of that fire is still blazing. In fact, let me show you guys now. Let me go upstairs and show you how it is still going up in the mountains. So you can see now it burnt this entire mountain right here, so it's gone behind. So you can just see how bad. That's a big fire. I hope the firemen get it under control. We also have some fire. Let me go back outside. Yeah, you're also seeing some, but those ones look a little small. I hope those are a little bit more contained. But bushfires are a problem this year. Yeah, so that's what's happening around here. A lot of bushfires, a lot of dryness, a lot of heat. And yeah, so because I only have a little bit of soil, guys, I have a very, very little bit of soil left. I can show you. Very little bit. I'm going to try to fill up these 4 containers I have here, and I'm going to sow all the seeds that I want sown in these 4 containers, and when they germinate, then I would repot them in some existing potting soil that I have. Why I'm using this soil is because I know it doesn't have any bugs in it, mostly, that would eat my seeds. And after I get past that initial stage of germination, then I would use what I have in my pots, which does have little different soil life in it, which will eat my seeds. So I'm going to get these seeds started, and I'm going to pick you guys back up when we are ready to do some transplanting. We have a couple things that I'm excited to share with you that I've got that I am going to transplant and add to the yardstead. So stay tuned. See you in a bit. Oh, so let's plant some seeds, all right? I'll put this one here. This one is a watermelon. Yeah, watermelon. So we're gonna put 2 seeds of this watermelon. Put 2 seeds. One, two. One, two. No, no, okay, this one here. Let me start. One, two. Very good. I'm gonna cover them over and use a finger to cover them over. That one is a watermelon. Put that one aside. Mm-hmm. Oh, very good. Okay, guys, so those seeds, they are sown. I don't know. I can't label it because I only have a little bit of soil and I just want them to germinate. So those are sown. So now on to the next task. And I want to share with you guys what I got. I got me a dwarf banana plant. A dwarf banana tree. That's perfect. It's perfect for the growing alley, this corner here. Here, the soil isn't super deep. but it is super rich. It's like composted in place. And bananas love rich soil. I'm going to plant it next to the cane in between here. And it's a plant that doesn't get more than 4 to 5 feet tall. And banana loves a bit of shade. It doesn't love blazing hot sun. It does like a little bit of a canopy over it. So I am looking forward to seeing this growing. So let's plant this in. Let me get us all geared up because this area of the garden has a lot of centipedes. So I'm going to get especially the baby, get gloves on his hands and on my hands because he will want to do what I'm doing. You guys, you see all these scars on my hand? These are what the doctor calls contact dermatitis. Now, I've been battling this thing for 2 years, and for the life of me, I could not figure out what in the yard was making my skin react. And it's only by coincidence I found out what it was. You know that mint tree that I had over the chicken coop? Because it was every time I go in the chicken coop, man, I would suffer. That mint tree, Lucinda. I moved Lucinda only by coincidence because my husband said that it needed to move for him to do the roof for the greenhouse slash chicken coop. And it was, ooh, look at that nice big one. Oh no, it looks like I hurt him. Oh, he's fine, he's fine. So it's only by coincidence that I moved the mint tree. And since I moved that mint tree, the day that I moved that mint tree, my skin was on fire. Fire. My skin, I looked like someone took a belt and just had their way with my arms. And since then, it took me like 4 days of allergy treatment, pistol, antihistamine, and it took 3 days of non-stop drinking of that. And since then, my skin has only been healing. So it looks so scarred. It looks worse on camera than it does in real life. But I am so happy because I thought I was coming down with some kind of skin disease. The doctor did tell me that I needed to pay attention to what I was around, what plants. But I never in my wildest dream was I thinking Lucinda was doing that to me. But all in all, I'm doing better. I haven't had a flare up since Lucy is gone, and she's dried up behind me. And my husband, he's gonna hold it and put it out on the road for me. I'm not gonna touch her anymore. I have clones of Lucinda on the fence on the outside. I don't know what's gonna happen to those, but I surely am not touching any more colon mints for a long time. Right, so the banana is all planted. So we're gonna watch this baby grow and produce pups for us and bananas for us, and that'd be pretty cool. In this spot right here, I know I will always have to mulch this area heavily because it's not really a deep, deep growing space. But banana is a surface plant. It doesn't send roots down deep. So yeah, the banana's down. So let's go on to planting the Christophine in their forever home. That's the helicopter going over to I guess assess the fire. So this is the Christopher. This is how long it's gotten. It is right now under attack by the whitefly mostly and slugs. I'm seeing the slug juice all over this one. See that shimmer? That's all slugs. But it needs to come out from this pot now. See, it's starting to circle to the bottom of the pot. So you don't want that to happen. So it needs to go into the big container now. These pineapple leaves are so deadly. Oof. No. Soil in this pot is super rich. I buried one of the deceased chickens in here. So it has quite a bit of organic matter to feed from in this pot. So that's one. Crispy, especially raw, is good for uh, persons with pressure. When I was in Barbados, a lot of people who had hypertension, they use a lot of that raw. It helps a lot with that. It makes it absolutely delicious salad, drink. Chinese use it a lot in their stir fries. It's very good for you. It's also very expensive where we live. Right now it's cheap, but usually you have to pay $30 for one. That's in Trinidad dollars. So that's it. Okay, on to the next transplanting task. I have these couple of um, what is this? Aloe plants. And now that I'm into chicken rearing, I see the value of the okra plant even more. Now, all I know okra to use it for is for, skin ailments, a burn if you get burned, aloe vera gel, fresh aloe vera gel on a burn soothes the pain and it reduces scarring. But with chicken rearing, it helps the chicken maintain good health. And I've only learned that now that I'm keeping chickens, especially the meat birds. So I had these pups in this container for some time, but they are not doing their best. Oh, that's a huge earthworm. It's so cool. Okay, so I have all these pups about in this container. So what I need to do is to give it a little bit lighter soil. This one is a bit dense, so I'm going to get me a little bit of sand from the chicken coop box and I'm going to mix in with this and I am going to transplant each one in their own pot. Okay guys, so now we are in a planter to do another set of transplanting. This one is some peppers. You guys know I struggle with these peppers. I'm just going to transplant these two that have leaves. These just have the first set of leaves. They're not even true leaves. I pinched off the true leaves, so I was waiting to see if it springs back. So I haven't seen anything as yet, so I'm just going to plant the ones that has leaves and go from there. Peppers are one of the hardest things for me to germinate. That's why you're not getting me readily um, wanting to start over with pepper seeds. The root system doesn't look too bad on these either. So I'm going to just separate this guy that doesn't have any true leaves, put him back in the container, find some soil to put in here for him and see how he goes from there. So I'll put him one side and I'm going to, don't fall. Yep. So I'm gonna separate these two and put them in this raised bed. I'm treating everywhere. It was recommended that I treat everywhere since it's the depths of my infestation, so everything had to be sprayed. So whitefly, he's getting inside here. So a lot of people think that you bury pepper plants just to the shoulder of where it begins on the soil. But really and truly, pepper plants send out shoulder roots, as I call them. They root high up, like how a tomato tree roots. So you can bury up to the first true leaves all the way up. So I'm gonna pinch off these. Pinch these guys off. And we got a scissors. Pinch these guys off, so snip these guys off. And I am going to transplant this plant. There you go. I'm going to transplant this plant all the way up to here. So it will have now even more of a root system that's providing a more robust plant. I want it to be a bit more robust because it had a rough start, and it's going to be sharing a container with other plants as well. All the way up there, and that's it. Now it's just for me to water these guys in. But first, let me get you out of this container and cover it back down because I have my pak choy in here. And so far, I've been able to keep the white fly out of this container by using the netting. In another video, I'm going to be sharing with you why it's important for us in the tropics to be using, in some areas of our garden, protective measures. And yeah, because in a previous video I shared why mulching is important. Even though we have high slug pressure, mulching is so important because of the heat. And what mulching does is stops that baking of the soil, which we tend to have a lot here in the Caribbean. But now I'm going to be discussing why having a protective layer, wow, ash is falling from the sky. That fire is really bad. Why having a protective layer over your garden is worthwhile. I also have this mint plant that I need to up pot into a bigger container. I also have these bunching onions that I need to get put out of this container as well. I don't remember transplanting anything in this. But the pimento peppers came up. So we have a couple seedlings in there and I couldn't be more thrilled. I'm so happy. So that's the first time I've ever gotten peppers to germinate just like that from the fruit. So it's possible. Thanks, Marie. Thanks for the tip. And I'm going to keep trying with my pepper season. One day I will be proficient in planting them from seeds. That's the thing. Sometimes, that's the bread, man. Sometimes, as I was saying, guys, sometimes, you may be planting something over and over and over again, and you just can't seem to get it right. For instance, me and the zucchini. I planted that thing so many times, had a beautiful plant, but no fruit. The flowers just refused to open, and then this year, boom, it opened. I found out what the problem was. I tackled that problem. Apparently, this is a problem I've been having for a year, and I just didn't know what it was. So now that I've been able to identify my problem and I'm fixing it, I am seeing the results. And the same thing goes for if you don't know how to plant something or to grow something. Just keep trying. One day you'll figure it out. It will just click. One day it will just click what the problem is. So I'm going to transplant this mint tree into this froth. I'm also seeing some celosia coming up here. I love the celosias. I find they gave a lot of texture. You know, that nice. I don't want to damage these. All right, so let me see how I could do this. Let me see if I could take these guys out and put them in another container because I don't have any celosia seeds. I'm going to take out these and I'm going to plant them somewhere else. Yeah. I'm seeing some shadow benny seedlings in here. I'm going to leave those. I'm going to leave those. In fact, I'll take them out and I'll put them in this container over here. Grow, baby. Grow. Alright, so I'm going to, I have a piece of cloth in this container. I don't really bother to leave it because it helps with retaining moisture, like a type of mulch. And I don't think that'd be a problem for the mint either. So I'm going to leave that in there. Make a little room for the mint. And this thing smells and tastes like toothpaste. Wow. Look at look at the look at the amount of life in that soil. Can you see? Look at that. All of them in there. I'm going to have to treat this as well. I'm seeing mealybug in there. So I'm not going to put this into the new pot right now then. I'm just going to put this back here and I'm going to treat the root system. Is that mealybug? It's something. So I'm going to put this back in here and I'm going to treat this root system before transplanting. So I'm just going to leave this here. And we're going to transplant this instead. Let's go find a home for this plant. I I like to have my spring onions off the ground because we tend to use it in, like fresh eating. Like sometimes we might do like roast bake on a tawa, and I might do like a cream cheese, a regular cream cheese, and I will come outside and I will cut some fresh spring onions, and that makes a delicious cream cheese spread for, your roast bake if you're feeling fancy. Whew, yeah, my arms got tired there. So I'm gonna plant it inside this planter here in this corner over here, this little triangle here, so that I would have it up off the ground and I could just come down the step right here and get it. It doesn't have to be far. I'm looking forward to setting back up my garden and putting the plants back in their prospective places, but for now I still have one more treatment to do. Well, according to the experts, really and truly two more treatments because I just want to go an extra mile just to get over this hurdle at least. So let me plant out these guys and I'll pick you guys back up in a bit. I was about to come and close off with you guys and I saw this tomato plant here, volunteer, and I don't have any container to put this in. So my decision is I'm going to take out this plant here because I have a big one over there. I'm going to take out this plant. I don't need it. I'll take that one out and I'm going to put the tomato in this plot, in this pot. So take him out and I'm going to get the tomato over there and I'm going to put the tomato in this pot with these ornamentals. That should look pretty. I think so. could get me some. Ooh, lots of earthworms in this container. Love it. Love it. Let me get me some amendments. So this is some of the chicken bathing area with the ash and the sand and what's not. So that should be good there. Really good. Glad this stick is in there already. So we get the tomato. If I was to guess which tomato this is, I think this would be the yellow pear. I'm gonna pinch off these leaves. Well, I'm gonna leave that alone. Pinch this off, and I'm gonna bury it to all the way up here where my finger is. Guys, thanks so much for spending time with me today. I was struggling with finding momentum again because I was broken. The discouragement was real, but seeing this new lease of life in the garden, seeing that the garden is reviving itself, has given me what I needed to get back out here and start planting. I could have continued maintaining what I have, but I need to remember my goals is that we grow most of our veggies, at least for this year. And I'm really glad that I haven't given up. I'm seeing um, drastic improvements, and I can't wait to share with you guys in the next garden tour, the third garden tour of 2024, what has been happening. I'll probably shoot that tomorrow, and I will drop that in on Friday. Guys, until we see each other, take care and have a great day ahead. Bye. See you in the next one.